Hi, my name is Jonni. I travel a lot, and cheap flights are my best friend because I do not have a lot of money to be buying these expensive flights. So what I've been doing, I've been finding cheap flights, usually through cheap airlines like Frontier, that do not include baggage, and finding a way to sneak it on. This is not for everyone. If you have the extra money to be more comfortable, honestly go on a different airline too, because Frontier is so not comfy. But you gotta do what you gotta do, and for me, being able to travel cheaply is worth being uncomfortable for half of a day of traveling. Alright, so let me show you what I did. And actually what I used was this jacket. So the number one tip is that you can put things in your pockets. Once you're on the plane, you can move things from your pocket to a bag, put it in the overhead. And for transferring all the hidden things in my pockets, I use this collapsible duffel bag. It's small enough to fit in my pocket and expands to a full-size carry-on when I need it. I kept all of my extra things in it until right before the flight, and I'll tell you how I hid it all. So you do not need to make something like I did. If you have cargo pants, a coat with a lot of pockets, if you want to wear multiple jackets to have some extra pockets, it'll work. And of course, my favorite hack is always filling a small pillow with clothes and just using that on the plane. And it's actually nice to have as a pillow anyway, so it works for everyone. But what I did, I took this jacket and I sewed a little pocket in the back. I did get a comment from my last video when I was wearing a duffel bag as like a fake pregnancy belly filled with my stuff, that hey, I'm a guy, what if I don't want to look pregnant? Touche. So I'm like, okay, I'll move it to the back, because then when you're walking in, if they see you and your bag fits, they're not checking your back and you just walk right on in. So, as you can maybe see, I basically just sewed a big old pocket at the back, and you can't really see anything when it's off. So it's not like I ruined this jacket. I can still happily wear it normally. But now I have a sneaky little carry-on bag hack. And basically what I did with the jacket, I use my packing cubes. So I had one about this size, and another one this size. I put this at the bottom of the pocket, as flat as I could. The less hunchback, the better. You're gonna end up looking a little silly regardless. Just accept it. The less stuff, the better. If you can't manage less stuff, the flatter, the better. The more flat you can make this packing cube, the more natural it will look. And then with the small one, I didn't want it to fall down and make like a weird lump in my lower back. So I tied a string around this handle and put it on that little, I think it's a coat hook. Comments, tell me what this part of the jacket is called. Yeah, I tied a string to that so it would stay up on my higher back. Upper back, higher back? Higher back? So I basically wore that jacket with the two packing cubes in it. I had my pillow on the outside to just carry on, and I had my personal item. The most important thing to do, especially if you're doing this, but just in general with these cheap airline flights, always measure your personal item before boarding starts. Of these 3 Frontier airline flights that I took in a row, one, they made every single person measure their personal item. The second, they didn't make everyone, but they were looking and made almost everyone measure it. And the third, they didn't really care. Like, that one was the easiest. Shout out to them, I guess. But I think every airport and every crew will be different. And this is because they are being incentivized to check these bags. I think someone told me that they get $20 per bag that they charge because they're charging $100 at the gate for a carry-on, not even to check it, to carry it on. They're charging you an extra $100 if it doesn't fit. And it doesn't look like they treat their employees that well. So just remember, if you're being questioned for doing stuff like this, just make sure your personal item fits. You are allowed to have stuff in your pockets. Just make sure you don't have an extra bag. The nicer, the better. I don't think they treat their employees very well, and they are trying to get more money. Just don't be rude. The more rude you are, the more likely there's going to be like, too bad, you're not allowed on the flight. So my first 2 flights, I didn't really have a problem. My stuff fit and I went. But on my 3rd flight, I made a mistake. Instead of hiding a little fanny pack that I had behind me, I put it like under my armpit. And so I'm like, oh, they won't be able to see. So I sized my bag, I got the okay. And I think like a part of my fanny pack flashed as I like went to board the plane. She's like, what is that? What is that? No, that's a personal item. You can't have 2. You need to fit that in 1 bag. No, that's a bag. And I'm like, okay. And then when I was trying to fit in front of them this fanny pack into my personal item, which, plot twist, I couldn't do without making it too big, one of the workers was like, and you need to take all of that stuff out of your back. You need to put all of your belongings in your bag. So I did, just very nicely. I showed her the back and I said, I don't have another bag. I'm already combining this with my other one. There is stuff in my pockets, but there's no rules regarding on what you can or cannot have in your pockets. And I plan on wearing this for the entire flight, so there shouldn't be a problem. And she tried to be like, no, you have to take out all of your stuff. You have to have all your stuff in your bag, which isn't true. She's just trying to get you to pay. So I ended up going around the corner to fix my situation. I did not put my fanny pack in my bag because there was no room. What I did do was put it in the pocket as well. Go up very nicely, size it, make sure they saw that it fit nicely. I said, okay, thank you. I scanned my boarding pass and I went on that plane. And then I took everything out of my bag, and when it was in the air, I threw it in the overhead compartment. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you want to take out all of your hidden stuff from wherever it may be and put it in a collapsible bag or a duffel bag, whatever you're doing, make sure you do it after the flight has taken off, not when you just get on, because the crew will be watching to see if people are trying to put their personal items above because they're not allowed to. You have to pay for the carry-on. But mid-flight, once it's already settled, no one watches you. I've done this on every single flight. No one's even seen it. No one said anything. And it's been great. And then I get off the plane with an extra bag. No one knows anymore. It's great. Like I said, this is not for everyone. It is for me, though, and I felt so proud to get through 3 Frontier Airline flights with my free carry-on. If you don't know how to sew, if you don't want to sew, just remember, you can use your pockets. If you have cargo pants, even like the pants that I'm wearing, I have yoga pants with pockets. I could fit some stuff in there. Wear a couple jackets with pockets. Bring your pillow. The pillow is my favorite little hack. You can still bring on a lot more for free. You don't have to bring as much as I did, but I was traveling for 5 months. So I wanted more things selfishly, and I didn't even need it. I always go for it. So thank you for watching. I hope you found any sort of inspiration out of this. If you want to do some cheap flights and try something similar to this, please let me know how it goes. I would love for you to get some cheap flights and to hack these systems successfully. And if you feel like subscribing, I would really appreciate that. You don't have to, but it's free. And it could help me make more content like this and maybe buy a cheap plane ticket. So I would really appreciate it. And then you'll get to be informed when there's more content like this, which of course you want, right? Anyway, regardless, I hope you have a nice day and I will see you in the next one. Bye, you guys.
It's going to be business as usual.